Hey everyone, let's talk about trade wars. These aren't just political squabbles, they have real-world impacts on economies and everyday lives. Imagine two people who used to date, constantly trying to show each other how well they're doing now. They compete in every aspect from careers to social lives. That's what trade wars are like, but with countries instead of people. Nations impose tariffs and restrictions to outdo each other economically. The U.S. and China, two economic giants, have been doing this for a while. Their trade war has affected global markets and businesses. They put taxes on each other's products to make them more expensive. This means higher prices for consumers and disrupted supply chains. It's like a game where everyone loses. Companies struggle, consumers pay more, and economic growth slows down. Now, add Brexit to the mix. The UK decided to leave the EU's economic group, creating more uncertainty. The UK decided to leave the EU's economic group. This move has led to new challenges and opportunities for the country. It's like that friend who thought they could handle everything alone and is now realizing it's not that easy. The UK is facing complex negotiations and economic adjustments. So, what happens when a country is on its own and facing economic tension? It looks for new allies and trade partners to stabilize its economy. It looks for new friends, of course. Forming new alliances can help mitigate the economic impact. And who better than China with its huge market? The potential for trade and investment is enormous. The UK is now getting closer to China, but is this a good idea? There are risks and rewards to consider. Stay tuned to find out. We'll explore the implications and future scenarios in the next segment. Remember those awkward first dates after a breakup? The nervousness, the uncertainty, the constant questioning of your choices? You try to act cool, but secretly wonder if you made the right choice. Every little thing makes you second-guess yourself. That's the UK after Brexit. It's like stepping into a new world, unsure of what the future holds. The economy is uncertain, and trade with the EU has decreased. Ports that were once bustling are now eerily quiet. The value of the British pound is going up and down, making everyone nervous. Investors are on edge, and businesses are struggling to adapt. It's like the whole country regrets the breakup. People are protesting and there's a sense of collective anxiety. Suddenly, those promises of a globally successful UK seem impossible. Shops are closing, and the high streets are empty. Here's the thing, the UK relies on imports for many things, from cars to clothes. Without strong trade agreements, these essentials become harder to get. It's like that friend who always forgets their wallet. They need things, but are not in a good position to bargain. They need things, but are not in a good position to bargain. The UK finds itself in a similar predicament, trying to negotiate from a place of weakness. That's where China comes in. With its vast manufacturing capabilities, China offers a lifeline. With its ability to produce large quantities at low prices, China seems like the perfect solution. But this relationship is complex. But is this a genuine partnership, or just a matter of convenience? Let's find out. The stakes are high, and the future of the UK's economy hangs in the balance. China, with its strong economy and desire to grow, seems like the answer to the UK's problems. Trade between them is increasing rapidly, we're talking billions of dollars. The UK needs what China offers: affordable products, investments, and access to a huge market. China sees this as a chance to become more influential globally. Seems like a win-win, right? Not so fast. Sometimes things that seem too good to be true are exactly that. This partnership has its problems. The UK is trying to balance its economic needs with concerns about China's human rights record and aggressive global behavior. It's like dating someone your friends warned you about. You see the red flags, but the attraction is strong. Can the UK make this relationship work without sacrificing its values? Only time will tell. Let's talk about cars. They are more than just a means of transportation. They are a symbol of technological advancement and economic power. The UK's car industry, once a symbol of its manufacturing power, is struggling. Factories that once buzzed with activity now stand eerily silent, a stark reminder of better days. Competition is tough, and switching to electric cars is proving difficult. Here comes China, stepping into the spotlight with its aggressive push into the electric vehicle market. Chinese car makers, with access to cheaper labor and materials, are selling affordable electric cars everywhere. Their showrooms are filled with sleek, modern vehicles that are catching the eyes of consumers globally. For the UK, desperate for a boost in its car industry, this seems fantastic. But at what cost? The influx of Chinese cars is a double-edged sword, offering immediate relief but raising long-term concerns. This isn't just about cars, it's about global power. The dynamics of international trade and political influence are shifting, with China playing a strategic game. China is investing strategically in key industries like electric vehicles to become the world leader. Their research labs and factories are at the cutting edge of technology, setting new standards. The UK, by relying on Chinese imports, risks becoming dependent on a country with very different political and economic systems. This dependency could have far-reaching implications for its sovereignty and economic stability. It's like that friend who always pays for dinner but then expects you to do their chores for a month. The relationship becomes imbalanced and the initial benefits start to feel like burdens, convenient in the short term, but you might feel used in the long run. The UK must weigh the immediate gains against potential future costs, navigating this complex relationship with caution. The UK getting closer to China isn't going over well with everyone. Their usual allies like the US and Canada are concerned. They're like, really China? With a mix of worry and disappointment. You see, the US and China are in their own economic battle. The US, still hurting from job losses, sees China's growth as a threat. They want their allies, including the UK, to choose a side. It's like being stuck between your divorced parents who can't get along. The UK is trying to stay neutral, but it's getting harder. One wrong step, and they could damage relationships with their oldest friends. Can the UK be close to China without risking its ties with countries that share its values? It's a tough decision with high stakes. Let's talk about technology, specifically semiconductors. These tiny chips power everything from our phones to our cars. And guess what? China wants in. They're investing heavily to develop their own semiconductor industry, aiming to become independent from Western technology. The US isn't happy about this and is trying to restrict China's access to advanced chip-making tools. This is where it gets tricky for the UK. They're stuck in a difficult position. They want to remain technologically advanced, which means staying close to the US. But they also don't want to miss out on opportunities in China's growing tech industry. It's like choosing between two delicious desserts. You can't have both, and the decision is tough. The UK needs to decide who they want to partner with in this global technology race. Here's the thing about trade wars. They affect everyone, everywhere. Remember those cheap electronics and clothes we all love to buy? Those tariffs will make them significantly more expensive. The U.S. China trade war is like a dangerous game, and the rest of the world is caught in the middle of it. The longer it lasts, the higher prices will continue to rise. So what can we do about it? We can stay informed and make thoughtful decisions about our spending habits. We can support businesses that prioritize ethical practices and sustainability. The future of the global economy is uncertain, but one thing's for sure, we're all in this together, navigating it.